then we had our first kid, and I think it was after he turned a year old, I started finding out about Twitch. Or maybe it was a couple months before that. I started finding out about Twitch, and then I started watching streamers just kind of casually. And I was like, you know what? This just seems like everybody just hangs out. And I would love to do that. Play games and hang out. That's exactly what I've been looking for years. So I started, and it's the Twitch community is almost like a miracle. I've never seen anything like it. And so my journey on Twitch has been nothing but positive and great. And I couldn't be more thankful for it.
That's incredible.
If that was like a biography that I should have gave, or
no, that's perfect. Yeah. I like that. Okay. I think we've got it up and running. Everything looks good. Well, let's you've covered a little bit here. So about when did you start streaming then? How long has it been?
Let's see. I want to say maybe around June or July of last year. That's when I started.
Okay.
Yeah. So coming up close to a year.
Close to a year. Okay, and we got into a little bit about why you started streaming, right? Because finding your place, right? Pretty much.
Yeah.
Is a good way to put
it. That's a perfect way to put it. It was just gaming had started slowly finding its way back in, because I started picking up emulators and stuff, because finding games for your old systems anymore is hard. It's ridiculous the amount of money people want for an old Nintendo game.
Yeah, for sure.
So I started picking up emulators and playing here and there off before I started streaming, and it started feeling fun again. And then watching Twitch too, that kind of pushed getting into it again. So the day I started it up, it felt, the first day was kind of like, because not many people come in, you're not sure what game to stream right off the bat because you're so new to it.
Oh yeah.
And so I did a test run of like OBS, which I didn't really consider that my first actual stream. The first game that I feel like I considered an actual stream is Luigi's Mansion, and it was it was great. It started from there, and ever since then, man, it's I can't even really find the words for what Twitch has done for me.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely created a community for you.
Oh yeah, definitely, no doubt.
Like not just in terms of your stream, but just a community of people that are like-minded and have the same interests, right? People that are not, no one's gonna come in your Twitch stream and say video games are a waste of time.
Yeah, although I do have a lot of loyal trolls.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so let's talk about some of your favorite games to play.
Of course, nostalgia hits right off, and one thing I always played ever since I can remember playing games is Final Fantasy. I've always been a huge, big fan of the Final Fantasy series. And, and of course, I think one of the very first games I ever played that I can remember is A Link to the Past. So Zelda games have always been there. And of course, Mario, the classics, So, yeah, but I would say probably overall Final Fantasy really takes it, because I love story-driven, games and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I've always enjoyed the story that goes along with those games.
Absolutely. Which Final Fantasies have you played or enjoyed the most?
I know a lot of people have big debates about this and which one's best or whatnot, but it's all preference. But
yeah.
7 has always been there, at least story wise.
Yeah,
I don't know why, but 7 has always hit me the hardest, and I love it. And I think I've played. Surprisingly, I have never played through 6, and apparently that's like a big one.
Okay.
That everybody loves, and I've yet to play through 6. So that's a plan to stream this year.
Okay. Yeah. Definitely need to keep an eye on that one.
And 13's another one.
Yeah, I haven't played 13 either. I skipped that one. I need to.
Yeah.
I've heard good things about that one as well. KB is in the chat. Welcome, KB.
Oh, hey, KB.
Sup. Okay, so let's. How'd the username come about then for Twitch?
I want to say that actually came before Twitch, and it was almost like the whole rebranding thing, or branding in general, came about before I even started Twitch. So it was almost like it was already set in motion when Twitch happened. So the iamjoeycruse thing just started. I was like, I want a name that everybody can find me at very easily, and that no one else would have. And it's so hard sometimes to come up with, a username because there's just so many options.
Very true.
So I was like, I'll just stick to just my name.
What works? I like it. Let's talk a little bit about your emotes and sub badges.
My sub badges are a mess. I mean, it's okay for what it is, but it was very sloppily thrown together.
I like it. It's beards, right?
Yeah, it just starts out with a smiley face. The very first one is just a bald face, and then the beard gets bigger as it goes on.
Yeah,
and then eventually you get glasses.
You level up and get glasses and a beard. Yeah. I like that. Show us your emotes. Are you in chat? You have some emotes you can share with us?
Yeah, let me pop them up here.
The stubble face still looks like the bald one, says KB.
Okay, these were both done by an artist that also streams on Twitch named Q Unetta. And let's see. Well, is it going to let me post it? Okay, so I used to have an original version of this face right here.
Oh, yeah.
And it was one that I threw back together like a long time ago. And I just looked like this. I had a mouthful of food, and I was just cheesing and smiling like. And that was the original face that I made. And I told him that I loved his art and wanted an update, so he made me that one.
I like that.
And the second one here is an inside joke. If anyone was at the Wind Waker stream, and that's me sailing on a sail. On the sail is Link, the bearded Link. And it's such an embarrassing story. And people always throw it up whenever I can't find stuff in video games because I don't. KB, how long did it take me to find the sale? KB was there. And
yeah, you do have to share this story again just in case.
No, there's no way. It was 6 weeks. There's no way. Listen, it felt that long. It was embarrassing. But anyway, that's the story behind that emote.
Oh my gosh. That's
it was
funny.
Awful.
Where's the sale?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so let's talk about what makes you different from other streamers. What differentiates you from everyone else out there?
I was looking at this question earlier, and I was like, it's so hard for me not to sound egotistic and answer this.
Yeah, it's a tough one to be humble after it's over.
Let's see. I don't know. I guess maybe that I'm so welcoming to people, and because a lot of people I've noticed will say, I feel like I've known you, or you remind me of a friend. So I guess maybe I'm very positive and very welcoming to people, and try to roll with the punches. As for like if someone comes in and tries to make like a little soft joke, I'll try to roll with it and play into it. And I don't know. I think it's just making someone maybe feel at home in some sense that I can bring that to the table.
Yeah. They all just think he's Jack Black in disguise.
Yeah. Oh my God. I get that all the time. That I like Jack Black.
He says that's because you played Wind Waker once a week, so it did take 6 weeks.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Oh man, just to make it sound as worse as possible, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
no, he's exactly right. Oh my god, that's way more embarrassing than I remember.
That's funny. Yeah, I think you do create a welcoming atmosphere, and I think that's what really brings people in. Because when we were talking about bringing you in, I said, okay, and we're looking at you and looking at your stream, and Mark says, he's just the nicest guy. You have to check him out. And I was like, okay. You know, that's Mark, though, making everybody seem like everybody's the nicest guy. I was like, all right, let's see if he's for real. And I click in, and it's like Joey's smiling, and he's just the jolliest guy. And I just got that immediately, like from the first few seconds. And I was like, and then the worst part about it was like, okay, well, he's nice. And then the whole community was nice too. Like everybody in the chat was like, welcome, what's up? And I'm just like, oh my God, it's a bit much. It's so welcoming and so nice. So, I mean, that's great. That's what you want. But it's so unusual that I was just like, oh, this is weird. They're in on it too. Somehow he's paid all these people to be nice.
Yeah. $5.
But there is that atmosphere that you've created, and it's all about how you moderate your stream and how you treat other people, and it makes them behave in a similar way. I don't know why are the alerts behind us? Pro streamer. Let me see if I can bring those up. Oh, okay, that's too far. Ruined.
Ruined.
I've got all my stuff in order. Okay, we'll try that again. Next time. Thank you, KB, for the host. We do appreciate that.
Yes, we do. Thank you, KB.
All right, so let's get into the next question here. We've got, what are some of the key aspects or features of a good stream? That's mostly in your opinion, right?
Like qualities and stuff like that?
Yeah, just things that you look for in a good stream, whether it's yours or other people's.
I don't like going into seeing, and I know I can be a little bit over the top sometimes with being thankful to people, but I hate going into a channel and you have people just pouring in the love to them and they're just kind of like brushing it off. Like, yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. It's just like, really, dude?
Yeah, thanks for the $400. Cool.
Yeah. Oh my God, I've seen that before. Maybe not that much, but you know what I mean.
That type of attitude, right?
Yeah, just brushing everybody off. It's like, dude, we're trying to like be here and you know, and they're just like, I don't care.
Yeah. Okay.
Someone that's attentive, and now this goes both ways. It depends on what kind of streamer is. Like, I love people that can be attentive to the chat. Like, I'm very attentive to the chat as much as I can be. And, but there's a difference though, because you have people like just throwing them out there like Ninja or the Happy Hob that focus on being the best at what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's different. Like, I totally understand that because they are focusing to be really good at that game. But if a streamer is being laid back and they have the opportunity to be attentive to the chat, I think they should. I think that's something that could help open them up. And I think that might be another thing that people like in mine.
Yeah, I think
in
so.
my stream is that I'm very talkative with the chat.
I think people are looking for that for sure. And that's what I look for too. I mean, it's nice every now and then to see someone that's really good at the game, but I usually like to interact with streamers. And so if I can't, it's a little disappointing.
Or if you know, sometimes you can just find a good balance, which is what I've been trying to do, especially with these new games I've been playing, like The Last of Us.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, you have to really do have to pay attention with games like that. And even with Bloodborne, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. There are times where you have to zero in, focus on the game.
Yeah, like KB said, I'm being the best at puzzles. God, I am the worst at puzzles.
And you're playing games that really specialize in puzzles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's a hard one.
Yeah. I like the challenge though.
Yeah,
It's fun.
absolutely. That's always fun. 6 months to solve one puzzle, says Sim.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey. Exactly. There you go.
We'll just come back to that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about how do you maximize your presence on social media, Discord, Twitter, the whole deal, Instagram, whatever it may be.
I honestly could be putting more of an effort into my social media, but at the same time, I see a lot of people who could be putting in even what am I trying to say here? I feel like I could be doing a lot more, but I would probably honestly have to pay somebody to do as much as I would want to do on social media, because other than Snapchat, I'm bad on everything to try to put it out there that I'm streaming, and it does help. I've had people come in from Twitter, from Instagram, from Facebook.
And those little clips that you've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
I see those, and that works. That visual aid.
Oh yeah,
brings people in more so than the text like we do on Twitter and our going live stuff.
It really does, because it at least gives them like a little taste of what they could be watching. Exactly.
And so your best moments solving a puzzle or having a laugh, doing something,
Yeah.
That.
And I still have a bunch more clips to go through to start posting. And like I said, if I didn't have so much to deal with, I would focus a lot more on social media aspect.
Absolutely. And that's very important. So that's something we always want to relay to everybody that streams. It's just how vital that is. And
because there's a lot of people, it's just like, I just don't want to Instagram, but it's like, well, if you're focusing on trying to build your brand, I think it's important that you do this.
Yeah, it's kind of like you're building up a wall there, that a place that you can't grow into there or attract people from.
They got to stop thinking of it as like for them personally. It's more for like your brand and what you're trying to work on.
Exactly. You got a great beard. That's all you need, says Mark.
There's power in the beard.
Yeah,
man.
There you go. That's I like that. Welcome, Mark. Hope you're doing well as well. Sim, welcome to the stream as well.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for showing up.
Yeah, we're talking with Joey Cruse, as you can see. So let's talk a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit about the community, and so the main question is, how do you believe you can best impact the community in a positive way?
Just like the overall Twitch community?
Yeah.
And what exactly was the question? I'm sorry, I was just sitting there thinking.
Yeah. It's a little bit about Twitch, a little bit about Streamer Nexus. You can elaborate on either or. But okay. How do you believe you can best impact the community in a positive way?
By just being, I believe in the world that you want to manifest, or the team, or whatever it is that I think you should keep putting what it is that you want to see out there.
Okay.
So basically, the only thing I keep doing is building my brand and becoming bigger and better at what I do, and hopefully be an example for others to maybe grab some tips from.
Yes. That's a good example.
Especially being positive, because man, I've honestly been super surprised lately at how many people on stream, grown men, screaming and crying like children over a video game.
That was me.
Don't get me wrong. There are moments where it's hilarious.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
If people are constantly, getting triggered by a game to the point where they're like, throwing an actual fit in front of a lot of people, I think it's something that's not good for your mental health either.
Absolutely.
Is being negative.
Absolutely. That's an interesting answer that I haven't received yet. Was being an example to others. That's an interesting one.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in that. We, the thoughts and beliefs and intentions that we put out there literally manifest the life that we live.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that there's a balance. Of course, you can't be positive all the time. You have to let the beast out sometimes.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Like with Bloodborne, I think we
oh
saw
yeah,
we saw
yeah,
Joey's other side.
oh yeah. Cost definitely
We were
brought
like,
that
he
out of
can't be
me.
friendly all the way through this one.
Yeah.
We just saw some cracks in the beard. We got so many great beards in Streamer Nexus. I don't know
We
how that
do.
happened. I didn't even do it on purpose, right? Like none of us. We didn't just go, well, we need to find some beards.
It just happened.
We just don't have enough. Fun levels, being welcoming, and just being a good dude, says Mark. Paz knows the truth, Joey. Being positive is a good thing. Yes, absolutely. And you are so like Joey was saying, you are what you sort of project into the world. And you also are like whoever you hang around, right? The company you keep.
Yeah.
So for streamers, like it's really great if you're keeping company with someone like Joey, because he's just that friendly, positive light in the community and in Twitch in general. So I mean, if you're gonna reflect someone and grow and learn from someone else, that's a good idea. That's a great thing to be able to do that.
Yeah, I think if we could, and that goes for everybody. I think if everybody focus on trying to be an example for others, it would help out a lot.
Yeah, I like that. So what are some changes you would make in gaming and streaming? So this is like a big question. Like, there's something you don't like in the gaming world, or something you'd like to see added to the gaming and streaming world, whatever it may be.
As far as gaming goes, I mean, I can't really think of anything that I would change, because there's so many different games that there's bound to be something to touch the one thing you want to change about gaming. So I don't know if there is anything we could really change about gaming. As far as my stream goes, I want to definitely get some VR going.
Oh yeah.
So I think that'd be fun. I've always wanted to try out VR. And as far as streaming goes, in general, I feel right at home for what streaming is, and very thankful for what the opportunity that Twitch has given all of us to be a part of and to build on. And as far as my stream goes, I just hope to build on it and keep bringing people in and keep being the person I have been so far, and just see where it could go. Who knows where this could go?
That's very true. So you say you feel at home streaming. Talk a little more about that. How is that such a natural thing?
It just feels like I don't know. You attract the right people by just being yourself. So by being on Twitch, and it's worked out ever since the very beginning, is that you just be yourself, and the right people that you need will come to you. I've only ever had to ban like 2-3 people, maybe. And that's within almost a whole year of streaming. So I think that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. That is.
Because I have seen a lot of other people's streams, and I've seen a lot of trolls and a lot of bans. And yeah, every time it just seems like the right people come into the stream, and it's just like another hangout. It's just like if you could own a gaming store, or just like this big room that everybody hangs out in, and just games. It's perfect. That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah, I like that. Mark says he wants to rub beards.
I don't think they could handle it, Marcus.
That'd be a lot. KB tries to be a good example for others as well. I know that, KB. Yeah,
just come by the stream, you'll find out.
Tiniest little kappa down there. Mark says there's so many idiots, toxic, fake people on Twitch already, and people like Joey's a good thing to see. Good people.
Yeah, there is a lot of toxicity on Twitch.
Yeah, that's a very unique category that Joey is in. So yeah, so kind of saying like the right people will find you. Yeah, that's kind of an interesting thought, because like the trolls, Usually they're just looking for someone to pick on. And so I think when they see you, they're just like, "Oh, this is just a good old guy." Like,
yeah. Especially if you can, like I said, the most trolls will try to come in right off the bat with something that mostly will trigger people.
Yeah.
Or get a rise out of them. And I'm just like, I'll try to roll right with it and roll with their jokes. And a lot of people appreciate that.
Yeah.
When you can just roll with the punches like that.
You can turn them around a little bit.
Yeah, I've had a lot of people follow because of it, you know. Like I said, I've got some loyal trolls in my chat.
Mm-hmm. And KB says that it's not really the people being jerks in the chat that's the problem. It's the backseat gamers.
Yeah. If anything, that's the biggest problem in my streams are backseat gamers.
That's what comes with playing a lot of games that everyone's beloved and familiar with.
Oh yeah.
Is they're just like, oh, I want you to play it the exact same way I did. I want you to do it the right way.
Yeah.
And they won't let you solve your own puzzles, even if it's agonizing.
Oh gosh, we've had to tell so many people so far with even The Last of Us, like, hey, stop it.
Yeah.
I want to figure this shit out.
Enjoying the game it comes with all of it. All the pain and suffering that comes with it is part of the experience. Big Whale Kel, welcome to the stream.
Nice. Dude. What's up, Big Whale Kel?
Yeah, that is important. I like that. So, what do you consider to be proper etiquette when visiting a stream?
Like how people should behave?
Yeah. Whether it's you or others.
I think one of the biggest thing, and it's something that I've even noticed in my stream a couple of times lately, is that people will come in and they'll be like, hey, can I post a link? Like right off the bat.
Oh,
and
man.
Like, what kind of link?
Yeah.
And usually it'll be like my channel or someone else's channel. It's like, no, you cannot post that link. It's like, what are you doing? It's like the most disrespectful thing you can do. That is
so rude. And I guess they think it's nice because they're asking. They're like, please?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh my gosh.
It's, you know, it's different if you go into the streamer's channel and then the streamer is interested if you're a streamer. You know what I mean? And then they're like, yeah, I'll give you a shout out.
Yeah. I think like coming in and just asking for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's super. It's like, hey, can I post a link? No, you cannot. And you know, most of the time people understand. And I'm like, you know, that's just not cool. You know, I don't get super upset about it. I'm just like, hey, this is not cool.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. See, I think it's nice to handle it that way instead of getting upset about it and just like, oh, you're banned, you're out.
Right.
You know, you can still turn that into a good relationship.
Oh yeah. And it's something I've learned too over the years. It's almost like people are just ignorant, you know, and I don't mean that in an offensive way. I meant like in a way that it's their first time maybe experiencing having to go through that kind of rejection. Does that make sense?
Sure. Yeah.
Like they've never came on and you know, that maybe it's their first time asking if they can post the link. Maybe you're their first channel and they don't know.
Yeah, and they don't know the golden rules of Twitch, right?
And that's why I don't do bans right off the bat.
Yeah.
Bans right off the bat are for people that either try to spoil the end of a game, which is really hard to catch.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And or people that are just being, you know, outright, you know, rude and hateful.
Yeah, that's how it is, KB. Can I advertise a link to my stream? Because this one stinks. Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Oh, dude, we're doing great, Big Whale Kel. Doing great. I like the hype. I had a guy the other night asked me to go to his channel and donate money to him so he could buy Anthem. I was like, get out of here, fool. Come on, Mark. Gosh. Man, that is something there.
Hey man, Can you donate money to my channel?
Wow. Like not just give me money, but like I guess he wanted you to go to his stream so that pop up on his alerts and all that. That's a real special guy there.
Yeah. Wow. He was reaching.
He's got courage. He's out there trying to hustle. He really wants that that Anthem. He just doesn't want to get the money.
And I'm not a big fan of the follow for follow thing. when people come in and ask for a follow for follow, I think that's a bit much.
Yeah.
I think if you're a streamer and I look at your page and I see that you've got everything filled out and they're making effort to try to be an actual streamer and be legit about it, then I usually will hit that person back with a follow because they, are taking it serious and studying and learning. And that's what I look for to follow people in streaming.
Yeah, and I think the times that it's engaged me to look into whether someone's, because you can't come in and say you're a streamer, so that makes it a little difficult, right? But
yeah,
I guess what makes it easier is you make an impression. You come in with a host or a raid or something, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then maybe if they hang out for a while and they talk and you got some common interests, like it kind of starts a little bit of a friendship. And if it, then you get the curiosity and you're like, okay, well, maybe I'll see if they stream. Oh, here they are, and here's their Twitter. Okay, and you just make all the necessary connections. If sometimes you just may not like their content. Or just don't have a connection there. Maybe they're a totally different type of streamer than you are, or your friends and all that stuff, and you're just like, well, you're cool, but it ends here. So it's important to have a path there to follow, and just outright asking it disconnects it for me. It's like taking scissors and cutting a rope. And
it immediately cuts. Yeah. And usually after every stream, if anybody follows, I go and look at that person's profile. Because if I, like I said, if they're being legit about it, I'll give them a follow back.
Yeah, I think so. And you learn a lot about your followers too. You can see what their picture is. Like, even if they don't stream, a lot of people will just be like, they might have a Zelda profile picture and be like, oh, you're into Zelda, okay.
Yeah.
Cool, little things
at
like
least
that.
It gives me something.
Absolutely. Mark,
I can't.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't. We keep cutting each other off. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was about to say I can't really think of anything else other than common sense things like don't be racist, don't be like super hateful. Those things obviously you should not be doing in someone else's stream.
Sure.
But absolutely. I think the basic things. What do you think? Do you think that you got anything to add to that? About like how you should act in other people's streams?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've covered a lot.
I feel like that's like basically the most basic things you shouldn't do in someone else's streams. I really wish
people would start with hello first when they come in, because a lot, and I say this almost every interview, and it's I just wish people would come in a little softer, because most people just come in like, hey, you need me on the squad, like who are you, dude?
Yeah.
Like, you need me on the squad? Oh,
I see it
Joey, you need to be using this gun right now, and you need to you need to drop that item, and in order to solve this puzzle, you're gonna need this piece right here. Like, whoa, where did you come from? And you didn't read any of the rules coming into the chat. Like,
you literally just look for the OK box.
Literally,
and
can I get in now? You need me on the squad. It's not a question. Literally how it goes. Fluffy Panda, what's up, dude?
What's up, Fluffy Panda?
Welcome to the stream. Rule number 1, don't be an idiot and respect people. Mark says, I take my time to get to know people before I follow. So many idiots on Twitch. I like to spend time with that person. That's very true. I like that.
Yeah, I get a lot of people like that in my stream.
It's a very difficult thing to deal with, but I wish people would just start with that. I wish people would just say hello, introduce themselves, because oftentimes I'll ask when you see a new person in chat, you'll say, hey, and you'll call them by their name. How are you today? Or like, what have you been playing? What are you up to? And like, sometimes they won't respond, and they'll just be like, can I get in the game? Like, oh my gosh, please. Oh my god.
Yeah, like a lot of people, like with Curve, Curve plays a lot of like Apex and stuff, and I'll go in her chat, and it's just like so many people. Hey, can I get in? Hey,
can I get
the squad?
Let me in.
Let me in that squad.
I keep asking Joey if I can join, but he keeps playing single player games. That's all part of the scam.
No, that's not it. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Joey has
I've
a good
noticed that
strat.
though. Have you noticed that? I have noticed that. Like all the time, most games that I do like playing are single player games, and
That's
it's
true.
nothing towards anybody.
Yeah.
I think mostly it's because I am fortunate enough to be able to stream from work, so I can't exactly wear these,
Mm-hmm.
and because I have to be able to hear at my job, and I think that's basically the main thing that throws it off of me being able to play like multiplayer games with people.
Yeah, you can't be shouting out commands at work. Get down, get to cover. Get to the
you
chopper.
asshole.
You asshole. He confirmed it. Oh man.
Oh my God.
All right, so let's talk. We touched on this a little bit, but how do you respond to trolls and negativity in your stream?
I think depending on if, and this goes with people's personality too. My personality is like, I'm always the type of person to, I mean, like I'll make fun of myself if I have to roll with someone's joke. You know what I mean? And that's just how I've always been. And usually that's what trolls are looking for. That I have found in my experience is that if you can roll with their punches, they're like, okay, this guy's cool. You know what I mean? Like he can joke and have a good time. And then after that, they show who they really are, and they're just normal people. They just like to play around.
Very true. Very true.
And negativity, as far as that goes,
yeah.
If we see that someone's being, outright just hateful and racist, it's just automatic ban. We don't want to deal with that at all.
Yeah.
And actually, there was a guy that came in. He was being a troll, but it hit me almost in a way of like, do we need to time this dude out? But he was saying, what did he say? KB was there. He said like, you only have 20 viewers. What are you even doing streaming? I just started dying laughing, and I said, only 20 viewers. Shit.
Only like that's that's what do you mean?
So I kind of just kept going with it and laughing, and eventually they came around and it was like, okay.
Yeah. Right.
So, but as far as, if it's just mostly, if you all want more followers, I say try to roll with the trolls depending on their joke. Because some people can be really offensive.
Yeah. Especially at first. Sometimes that's their way of like breaking the ice.
Yeah, it is. And I think some people really honestly might not be able to help that.
Yeah.
Because that's their only way of coming into it.
And I could be wrong, but it seems like it's mostly a guy thing. Most of these people are probably guys. Yeah. And so they come in.
Every now and then you'll find a female that's like that, but it's mostly men.
Yeah, they come in with the punches. Big Whale Kale says, yeah, Joey, how do you respond to me in your stream?
Hey, I welcome you with open arms.
There you go. The great thing about games is because you can pause and keep up with chat. That's very true. It's hard when you're playing PvP. That's a nice advantage with the story-based games, right?
Right.
Just laugh and enjoy yourself. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think that kind of goes along with, when you stream for so long, you eventually find your niche or whatever word you want to use for it, but you find your path and what feels comfortable for you. And I think along with loving those types of games, it also opens me up to be able to talk with chat if I need to.
Absolutely.
With those games, you can pause them. Like with Marcus at PvP, you're all in. So, yeah.
It's very true. What is something you would like to see the community accomplish? This is more about the Nexus.
I know it's really hard because everybody has different schedules, and that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
But if any of us could possibly get together as a community and it's so hard to do, but if we could pull it off to maybe every now and then getting the community alone together to play games. Like a game night.
I like that.
You know what I mean? Even if we all have to take turns getting in squads or whatever it is, even if it's squads against squads community wise, I think that would be fun.
That would be fun. I like that. Oh no, Kale is back with the League of Legends.
Yeah.
Oh boy, he's really dedicated.
And
He's
that's
ready
another
for
thing.
it.
I think even games that people don't like in the community, I think should sacrifice that to have some fun.
Just to play with some friends.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you can have fun in any game. There's some really bad games out there, but
Oh yeah.
you know, when you get some buddies in, you're just having a good time. That really doesn't matter so much.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that, and that's another thing I definitely always want to talk to people about is don't try to get competitive in this thing. You know, especially if it was with the community, because that's the last thing we need is the community fighting over being competitive.
Yeah, I'm the best streamer. Got the best views. You know, like no. This is about supporting each other, and I've tried to make that really clear, like that it's a group thing.
Exactly, yeah, and it's just meant to have fun on and connect and help each other out, because there are some people in the community that have big numbers, that have, that are putting good numbers out there and that are great hosts.
Absolutely.
And I think by everybody getting together and help promoting each other could help out everybody.
There is no competition.
Even the bigger people,
Absolutely.
The smaller people could give the bigger people, and that's the thing about it. And that's one thing I would love to see the community doing more, is us coming together more.
I like that. Let's see what we can facilitate on that. About what kind of games and what kind of platforms we'd have to play on. We might speak more about that in the Discord.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
See what we can do. Quiplash!
That would be a good one.
Kale says, there's no competition, I'm the best. Fluffy says, Smash Bros, how friendships are broken. Mark says, I'll host good people no matter their numbers. If I judge on the person, not the numbers.
Right. Exactly.
Absolutely. Very good point. Not League, Kale says Mark. We'll find something, or we could find a couple of games. That way it could be.
I would say this, and that's another thing. As I think that people, and that's why I said people should sacrifice too, for fun and in coming together. And sacrifice whether or not you like this game or not, and just play it. We're not playing to be competitive, and I think that's what people keep getting in the back of their heads, is that I got to be good at this game. No, it doesn't matter if you die every single time.
We'll just have some fun. A lot of games that people already have, Apex is free everywhere. League of Legends is pretty popular, really available, right? You've got Overwatch.
Yeah.
And these are games that are like on every platform,
Right.
Different games that you can pick up, even the Jack in the Box stuff that's available.
Oh yeah.
And all you gotta do is get on a mobile phone,
right?
If you just want to be part of the game, and someone can host it. So that's not hard. Custom games of League can have 10 people playing, right?
Yeah, when you got customization like that, that helps out a lot.
You've got a lot of us that have that. A lot of us have PUBG, Destiny, all sorts of games that easily have different ways for us to all hop in and play.
Yeah, if we could, let's definitely talk about that more.
I like that.
Later on, because I would definitely love to get the community in on that.
Absolutely, that's a wonderful idea. So we'll talk about that more, and we'll get some suggestions of some different games. Mark says, super competitive person. As I was younger, I played sports my whole life. I struggled to not be competitive. As I got into it more, I'd rather have a great time than just win every game and be arguing. Yeah.
See, I think I've always been a guy that's never been competitive, because oh god, I remember so many fights happening with Halo 2, especially when Halo 2 first came out.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, the friendships that were made and ended in the same day with that game. And no one wanted to be on their team because they knew I was not going to do good. And I just remember those back in the day, people didn't want to play with me because I wouldn't take it super serious. Now, of course, you play the game, and obviously you get better and learn it as you play it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
trying to be super competitive is not in my lane.
Right. Kale says I'm like that with League. Sometimes I'm competitive. Sometimes I just have fun, depending on who I'm playing with.
There you go.
I already sold Lay's to the checkout line, says Mark. Oof, pushing them out of the way and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Tripping
Where do
their
you
walkers.
see your stream within the next year?
Within the next year, I hope to have like all original everything. I want to update my stream big time. Just for an example, throwing him out there, Ninja, the way he brands himself,
Mm-hmm.
the way he has his I don't know if I don't ever pay attention to him that much, but when I've popped in just to study him and his stream,
Uh-huh.
and the way he has his brand set up is very nice, and I love the way he's handled it, because he has like little animated gifs that pop up, and it's of a ninja. It's specifically to him. So I want to hopefully by next year have stuff like that for my stream, make it more legit.
So having an ongoing theme, graphics,
Yeah,
gifts, panels, the whole deal, all designed unique to you. Something that you own, not just
right.
maybe not just pictures of like Mario or Zelda or something, having
Yeah.
Because I mean, we all started that way. We all put
Yeah.
pictures of our favorite games, and we customized our stream to look like Gears of War or something at first, and then as you grow, you change, and you change colors of different things, and having it to where it's your own thing. I like that.
And I think that's another thing that could help people's channels is start thinking of your channel as more of a brand than just your streaming channel.
Okay.
Put that all across the board as everywhere. Even with your social media, try to have everything original created to your brand.
So what do you consider, what was the big difference between a brand and just a regular stream?
A regular stream, I think, is just somebody that does it exactly for fun, and that's it alone.
Okay.
Now, I feel like with Twitch, I have seen what it can do for people, and I feel like I want to be a part of that. I'm not chasing numbers, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if there's any way that I can push that brand to be more original and out there, people pay attention to that.
Absolutely.
And so I want to focus on building that.
Yeah, Mark. I
Thanks,
see you
Marcus.
there. I see you. Definitely makes sense. If I'm teaching someone, I obviously don't worry about winning, says Big Wakel. Very true. Mark wants to see Joey's channel blow up. We all do. We all do.
Thank you.
It's hard also to not swear a lot. There is cussing without crossing the line, not attracting the wrong people. Swearing here and there is a greeting. So I've struggled with that too. Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
You have to balance all that type of stuff. And it can be part of your brand, right? Maybe your brand is being the angry gamer or whatnot.
Well, yeah, and and there are plenty of those guys. Like, and I think that discourages a lot of people. Is like, oh no, if I could just watch my cussing, I could bring in a whole group of people. That group of people is more than likely going to be a bunch of kids that are toxic. I'm sorry to say it, but that's the truth. And I feel like by holding yourself back and not cussing, whether you're trying to actually be a better person in life by not doing that, or you're lying to yourself and not cussing because you're trying to reach something.
Yeah.
Like it's like a bigger crowd. Like if you're going against who you are as a person, you have the F word right here, but you ain't going to say it.
Oh, it's just, it's on the edge. Yeah.
It's like, let that out.
Yeah.
Be who you are. Like I said, if you be who you are at the core, no matter what, you will bring in the right people.
Yeah, that's true.
The best people in the world, they could be, let's, in a sense, Jesus Christ is like, was known as one of the best people in the world, was a miracle. And it didn't matter if he would have said the F word or not.
Yeah. I think a lot of people would put a lot of stock on that, but it really wouldn't.
But at the core of it, that doesn't change a person and in their morals and who they are.
Yeah. That's very true. Walrus, welcome to the stream, dude.
Thank you, Walrus. How you doing, man?
So good to see you, buddy. Hitting that lurk. Tell Joey he is beautiful for me. There's that beautiful man.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Good to see you, Walrus. Always good. It's not about the best people. It's about the best people for you. Right.
Right, yeah.
Very true. So yeah, you do have to be authentic. Like Mark is saying, he's not a toxic person, he just wants to have fun. And language is just part of that. And I don't think you take it too far. Usually, as much as I've played with you and known you, I don't think you ever really take it to that limit where it's like, all right, Mark is a real potty.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. When the cursing in Marcus's channel just seems very general. It's very normal. You know what I mean? It's not over the top or
It's never directed at someone. It's
right.
It's
Exactly.
It's usually just shouting.
The only time I direct at people like that is when they've been in the channel for a while and we've got that connection.
Mm-hmm.
Like KB. Like I can look at KB and be like, "You little bitch, KB."
Oh wow.
See, I can do that. We have that connection.
Assassin, welcome to the stream, dude. Good to see you.
But that could throw a lot of people off. That if they come straight in your channel and you're just like, "Hey, you're an asshole. What's up?" They're like, "Well, okay."
There we go.
Nice.
It's directed at those stupid snipers in Anthem. Right, dude. Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh. Let's get into the lightning round here.
Okay.
All right. So, what is the first game? And you may have already done this. What was the first game you'd show to your children?
I actually was talking about this in the stream. I think maybe last week or a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Is that I still have my old systems, so I thought about taking like the Super Nintendo down in Jude's room, and every now and then going in there with him and playing Mario. That was one of the first ones I started off with, and I still actually have the original game that so I'll probably start him off on something like Mario.
Yeah. So starting him off on what you started on, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Because that creates a shared bond, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's nostalgic for me. And that's something that I think he would also enjoy. And it's simple enough. It's, just side scroll, back and forth, jump.
Yeah.
It's simple enough for like a little kid to figure out.
Exactly. Very good point, Assassin. Yeah, a Nintendo Switch.
Right. And that's another thing is like I'll be getting a Switch soon. So when that happens, that opens up everything I want to, throw at him.
Yes. Oh, that'll be great. They do have a really good catalog on that NES Classic that they give you with the online. That's pretty good. I like that. Yeah. All right. Beyond that, what is a game you would like to see a sequel to?
A game so far, and I haven't even made it all the way through it, but everybody keeps talking about, and so far I agree. And I'm sure by the time I make it to the end of the game, I'll want to see it, is The Last of Us. So far, it's looking like I will want to see this continue. And like I said, I haven't even made it to the end yet.
Yeah.
Let's see. Any other games a sequel to?
Yeah. Dig deep.
God, I really can't think of anything.
KB says, first game I'm making my kids play is Ghosts and Goblins.
Oh my God. You're going to break them of gaming.
Oh man, they're going to hate games. I remember that one. Oh my gosh.
My gosh.
A good one would be Portal, Where's that Portal 3, man?
I never did play Portal. Can you believe that?
Oh my gosh, that's a perfect puzzle game for you.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't wait. 3-dimensional puzzles? That's gonna throw you. Oh, that's gonna be.
I've watched streamers get like triggered from that game.
We
I couldn't
must arrange
imagine
that. That is gonna be great.
So we'll get there eventually. So there are already some great games streamed this year.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I can't really think of anything I'd like to see a sequel to because most games that I play already have so many other sequels.
Very true. Final Fantasy, Zelda, Mario,
Resident Evil.
They usually, and they keep going and going, right?
Yeah.
Now Resident Evil, we want to see that third one remade, right?
Yes, we do.
And
Definitely.
so beyond that, do you want to see like Code Veronica redone?
That was one that I do plan on playing again this year. I tried playing through it last year, and then something happened to the game I was playing. But from what I can remember, and I would like to see, like if they could do that in the style that they did 2 in, I think that Code Veronica would be pretty badass.
Yeah, I would like that. I'm really enjoying what they've done so far.
Because I think with all these updated graphics, it kind of gives you a whole new look at what that game, I guess maybe what their goal was in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
They're coming back and giving more of an updated visual of what they wanted back then. And I think they did a great job with Resident Evil 2.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's my number one game so far this year. I think that's number one on the list.
So far, it's been the best thing I've played so far this year.
I think so. I have to agree. And you were hooked on it too. Like you did a lot of playthroughs.
I did all the A and B and did some of the DLC.
Oh my gosh. KB says Joey playing The Witness. Now that's free on PlayStation 4, but they may have rotated in new games now.
They were telling me about it. They said that it was on PlayStation Plus.
Mm-hmm.
And I needed to get it. Is that another puzzle game?
It's a very, very. Oh, that one's really rough. Oh man, like that one had me frustrated.
Oh man,
I love the puzzles. Then again, people enjoy different games. Like I'm not a huge fan of games like Fire Emblem, which is turn-based, or RTS, but my brother loves them. Yeah, exactly. We all have different tastes.
Right. Yeah.
Of different games that we enjoy. I think I was very against turn-based as a kid because I wanted to be the characters. Is how I said it. That's how I would, and that's kind of a rude and like very uninformed kind of thing. Because now I actually really like it. I love the strategy, and it's a different kind of fun for me where you can just sit back and watch the action a little bit and look at it more like a general on the battlefield than actually having to play.
Just like Marcus said, I remember because I made that post. Damn, Uncharted and The Last of Us are on sale, $20 each.
Yes,
and he was like, "What?"
I can't recommend those games enough. They're probably in my top 5 of all time are the Uncharted games and Last of Us.
I guess the best way you would put those in the category action adventure RPG, maybe.
Yeah, it's pretty. They do lean into that RPG. Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of that.
And Last of Us gets a little bit into the survival horror a little bit. Take some dips in there.
Oh yeah.
But they're heavily story-based games and they're really well done. I like having to think with a game, says Assassin. So Big Whale Kale loves strategy games and puzzles. Marcus just likes to shoot things. If he sees a puzzle, he just wants to shoot it, and then it blows up, and then you're done. He just goes to the next part. It's Destiny style puzzles. Shoot it or puzzle? Hold X. That's all. Oh my gosh, that's great. If any video game character could be a friend, which one and why? And you can pick multiples if you like, because I know it's difficult to say just one. But let's hear some options.
Oh gosh, that's a really hard one. Well, right off the bat, whenever I started playing Monster Hunter World, I would want one of those palicos to follow me around everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Those little cats. I'd love
They're
that.
so cute.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Have a little cat friend follow me around. Yeah, whenever you sent me these questions, this one popped up, and I was like, "Oh my god, I've never thought about this."
It's deceptively hard.
Oh, KB said Duke Nukem.
Dude.
Oh gosh, there's so many. I
But you have to think about who would be a good companion, though, because there's a lot of game characters, and there's lots of ones that we like.
He would probably freak me out too much to really see him in real life, but Abe from the Odyssey games.
Oh, yeah.
He was such a good guy, and he was the hero.
That would be an interesting one.
But he was so weird looking.
He definitely was.
So,
oh, man.
I'm trying to think.
If anyone in chat has any suggestions of their favorite characters as well, go for it.
I think an interesting one would be, like I said, I was a big fan of Final Fantasy, so Kate Sith from Final Fantasy VII.
Okay.
Yeah. That would be an interesting one. They're mostly, it's just like the weirdest fantasy characters that you could think of. I would love to just see in real life. Or maybe it would be the biggest nightmare ever. I'm not sure.
So, KB says Abe gets all the ladies. Oof. Mark says Voss. Oh. Voss from Far Cry 3. Loved him as a character.
Yeah, see, this
be interesting. Go ahead.
This question is so hard. And I've been thinking about this for hours now.
I know, I sent him to him early, and I was like, that one gets me too. Oh. That's a tough one. What one I thought of recently was like, oh, Pikachu would be great but he always shocked Ash was the thing.
Yeah.
So like, he's the cutest little thing. He'd love to have a little Pikachu, but
you might die.
But then he just shocks the hell out of you all the time. It's like, well, you're not a great friend.
Do I want this thing?
Yeah.
Damn.
And Link isn't much of a talker. So
yeah.
He'd just be like, like, Link, do you want some coffee? Sorry. Good God, dude.
Or you were listening to Navi all day. Hey.
Yeah. No. Nope.
Nope.
Not one of the ones I want. Negative.
Get it out of here.
TV show. TV show might be easier.
yeah, the animated series.
But games is tricky.
Yeah, that's hard, man. Maybe Toadstool? He would be a cool one.
Yeah, Toadstool. I like him.
I might hang out with Mario and Luigi. I'm not a big fan of spaghetti, but we could probably still hang out.
Oh, yeah. The Mario Brothers would be interesting.
I don't know though, because now it makes me think if they were here they would possibly be more like the do you remember the anime cartoon and it had like the real life version of them?
Oh yeah, the Super Show.
Yes,
oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yes.
I loved that when I was a kid.
Yeah, I loved it. It was great.
Oh, Assassin likes Luigi over Mario. I'm a Luigi fan. Yeah, sure.
You take it easy, KB. Thanks for coming by, man.
Thank you, KB. Have a good night, sir. Always good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Yoshi.
Oh, Yoshi, yeah. Isn't Yoshi technically like a dinosaur, though?
Yeah.
Oh, God, that makes me think of that nightmare in the movie.
Ooh. Yeah, that's not leaving? Okay.
Oh, okay. I see what you were saying now. The Kappa face had me thrown off.
I know, right? So much. That's a tricky question.
But yeah, that's a good question though, by the way. That'll stump anybody.
I like that one. If you could only stream one game, what would it be?
God. I was thinking about this one too. I don't think it could be anything really story based because I would hate to get burned out on something that has such a good story. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're like, oh,
Like,
just finished Final Fantasy VII. Better start again. It's the
God,
only game I
no.
got. Like, let's see if we can play it differently this time.
Yeah.
Try number 396.
God, that would get so old so fast. At least for me, it would. If I had to play a game over and over again, God, I don't know. One game that I always will throw up every now and then on the stream if I literally only have like an hour because I know I can beat it within an hour is the old Super Double Dragons game.
Oh.
And I just love those old beat 'em up games. I can play those games for hours. But God, a game I could play it forever. Just one game.
Those are always good fun. Assassin would choose Skyrim.
Okay, yeah, that's
a lot of replayability, right?
Right, yeah. That's a good one.
And I don't even know if I've ever finished it. There's so many things to do in the game.
I've never played Skyrim. I played Oblivion so much, but never touched Skyrim.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Skyrim's really cool.
Yeah, I almost had a stroke playing the binging the Kingdom Hearts games.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was rough.
And some of those, I could not stand the Chain of Memories one.
Oh God.
With the cards, I was like, how is he still playing this? I'm mad. I'm already throwing my controller. I'm not even playing the same game.
It was awful. It was bad.
Yeah, you have nerves of steel playing that one.
That is a hard. That's a.
And then Assassin suggests mods. Yeah, modding the game as well.
I haven't played these games in a while, but it's something. I don't know. The Tony Hawk games, the old Tony Hawk games, man. I used to burn those games up too.
Oh yeah, put a lot of hours into those. Really.
Oh yeah. Man, that's a really hard question. You got some good questions on here, man.
That's why it gets hard towards the end.
I like it though. You turn up the heat a little bit.
Marcus says AC Odyssey, Assassin's Creed, or Anthem at the minute. Yeah.
Honestly, I'll just go ahead and say Bloodborne because I had such a good time playing through that game, and now that I'm comfortable with the game and familiar, it only gets harder as the new game plus goes on. So I think that right now I'll say Bloodborne.
Yeah, and the thing about Bloodborne is like you can have different builds each time, different weapons maybe that you specialize in each time. You can do it solo or in co-op. You got those chalice dungeons to do, right?
So you could pass a lot of time with that game.
I've seen a lot of people build streams on Soulsborne type stuff.
Oh yeah.
And just stick to that for a long time until they build the viewership.
Yeah, that's what the Happy Hob does, man. He does those no-hit runs.
Oof. The no-hit runs.
They're crazy.
It is. It really is. Mark says he could play AC Odyssey all day. He's got 180 hours.
Damn.
Dungeons and Dragons, says Assassin.
That's yeah.
Balian has been streaming that, and he does the Skyrim. He like restarts Skyrim every time he plays and does a no deaths.
Really?
Run. So if he dies, it's permadeath, and then he has to start all over, make a new character.
Damn.
So that's part of the fun. Is like the stream starts out with, okay, who are we gonna make? What's this character gonna be like? Blah blah blah. Start up.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
There's lots of interesting little things like that just blows me away. Stuff I would never think of is how could you play one game over and over and not get bored of it? You kind of have to reinvent the way you play it, perhaps.
Right.
And that's hard with certain types of games, right?
Right. Especially if it's a game that you can't build on. You know what I mean? Like if you can't build your characters.
Yeah.
That would be really hard to deal with.
Very true. Yeah, that's a tough one. You get bored of something easily. Yeah, and that's a joy I think we have in being variety streamers is that we're able to switch it up. and when we're done with something, we can be done with it for at least
Yeah,
a while,
exactly.
right? You can put it on
Yeah.
the shelf.
Yeah, put it on the shelf for a couple months, maybe even a year.
Yeah, I think there's some games I have to come back to every year that I just have
Hmm.
to get in and play it again because it just feels right. But
Oh yeah, some games are
sticking to
just
one
so good.
game would just be miserable for me. So I know that's what everybody
Yeah.
says. You know, if you want to grow, you got to stick to the one game, get really good at it, build your community around the one game. But I'd rather not.
No.
I'd rather grow slowly and poorly
Oh,
in my own method, right?
I can't tell you the spike that if you could go back and look at the stats, you know how the Bard stats shows you like how many viewers you've had each stream.
Yeah.
This was Bloodborne.
Yeah.
As soon as I got done playing it, it went back down.
Yeah.
So it just goes to show you with certain games, if you watch, you can find out what could be a niche for you if you wanted to stick to one game.
Very true. And that's what's hard.
Yeah. Oh
It's
yeah.
difficult. Well, let's talk about your favorite game to play and favorite game to stream. So this is different. We usually try to catch what is the streamer's favorite game, kind of their guilty pleasure that they won't stream.
I don't think I have a guilty pleasure that I wouldn't stream.
Yeah.
The only reason that I haven't streamed certain things is because I don't have it yet.
Yeah,
so
there you
go. Just Dance. Y'all wait.
Yeah, you just wait.
You just wait.
Oh no.
So games like that.
Okay.
It's those are fun to play just because of how interactive it is and how funny and like how many good moments you could get out of stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I brought up the VR thing, because that's a whole,
That's
especially
a whole
if you
other
start,
world.
yeah, especially if you start throwing games where you have to move a lot or react to, or if you get jump scares. And
Oh yeah.
he plays ET all the time.
Oh,
God
man. E.T. Oh, that's terrible. So
But
what are the best and worst game purchases you've ever made?
I was thinking about this. I honestly can say that either that or I can't remember a game that I've bought that was a disappointment. Because usually I'll put a lot of time before I buy a game. I'll do a lot of studying, watch gameplay, and then from there we'll go. It's if I really want to purchase it or.
Okay, so making informed decisions prevents you from buying a stinker.
The best game I've ever bought. I don't know so far because, like I said, I'm still playing through The Last of Us and Uncharted.
Yeah.
So as far as now goes, I don't know. That's such a hard one. God, I've bought so many games in my life.
Yeah, and that's what I look at. I'm like, but like maybe even within the year. What's been some of the highlights within the past 365 days?
I was, and this goes towards anybody that likes Destiny. I was not disappointed with buying Destiny. I had a lot of fun out of it. And I'm not saying that I'm done with it. I'm just saying that it has been some time since I've picked it up. But I was very pleased with playing Destiny. It was a lot of fun.
I agree.
And Resident Evil 2. That honestly would probably be the best one I've bought.
I think when award season hits, that's going to be the topic of discussion. That's going to be one of the big ones up there.
So yeah, I'd say Resident Evil 2, honestly, this year has been the best thing I've bought.
I think so too. I think so. It's so well done. It really sets the bar for remakes, which had been a pretty low bar.
Yeah.
Before then.
I was so scared for it too. I was like, oh no, this is Resident Evil 2, the original, is very, very, delicate. You got to be careful. You have to be so careful.
And
it
I got
also
a little
goes.
worried when they said they're gonna do the third person over the shoulder,
I
because I
know.
was like, oh no, it's gonna be like a shooting gallery thing. They're gonna turn
Mm-hmm.
it into Resi 6 or 5 or something, where it's just a shooting gallery. And
But I was surprised. I was really surprised by how well they did.
genuinely scared throughout.
Yeah, like they did a good job with keeping the anxiety up, of what's going to come.
I think so, because really this generation, a lot of people got into my head about, well, only first person horror can scare us now because we're so desensitized. And so only
Right.
games like Outlast and only games like blah 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 Resident Evil 7 can get
Mm-hmm.
to us now. And it even seemed like Capcom jumped on the bus and they were like, "Ha, we'll make first person games now because that's the only way to truly make you feel immersed and scared." But no.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one thing I thought about. I was like, I played Resident Evil 4, and as good as the game was, I didn't feel that anxiety that the rest of them gave me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what got me worried. Like you were talking about, it was just going to be like a shooting gallery type of game, but they did a good job
I have to say,
with keeping it on edge.
they really did. I was really stressed all
And
the
I
way
haven't
through.
even went through the harder mode yet, so I know it's only going to get worse.
Yeah, because you got to use the ink things now
Yep.
in that hardcore. I'm not ready, but maybe when I'm done with the second playthroughs
Yeah.
and tried the DLCs, we'll give that a shot. Shadow of the Colossus was a good remake too,
Mm-hmm.
but kind of spoiled by Joey glitching the horse into a wall.
It was hilarious. I brought out some of the craziest fucking glitches in that game.
Yeah, and I remember KB saying, "Nah, this game's flawless. There's no glitches." Well, don't worry, Joey's on the case.
The biggest thing lately is I always bring out the worst in good games.
I was just laughing the whole time. You're climbing the monster, and then whoops, I slipped, and then just fall.
I'll be falling like this far away from the monster and hit the grab button, and he's just like, whoop.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh god, it was just like The Last of Us. Ellie floating backwards up the fucking
what?
ladder. She was floating it up with like her hands off to the side. Oh my god, you
What?
have to go back and look
You
at
gotta
this
see
clip
that
later.
clip. Oh my gosh. World of Light was surprisingly fun to beat, and I really love having bought it. Yeah, so Smash Brothers Ultimate, definitely one to put on the list.
Oh
That's
man,
been
I
a great
cannot
game
wait to play that.
this year. There's a lot of good Switch games to look forward to.
Yeah.
Like, I really enjoyed Odyssey, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. I've been loving that because that's like a remake of Yellow.
Oh really?
Yeah, and it has it, so it's like 3D, and it's got the trading and battling still on it, so you can do that
What?
online now.
That's
Or
awesome.
if you just walk up to someone else that has a Switch, you can do that Connect thing.
God, I can't wait to get my Switch.
Yeah, between that and Odyssey, and Breath of the Wild is pretty good as well. That's another good Switch title to have. I mean, there's so much more on the way. There's so much coming in March and this summer, right?
Oh my god.
They dropped a bomb on us. I was not expecting that from Nintendo.
So many releases.
Exactly.
When is Animal Crossing was in there, wasn't it?
Yeah. So they finally got an Animal Crossing, a proper Pokemon for the console, the Sword and Shield on the way. Link's Awakening being completely redone. That's a big deal because I mean, I never thought they'd remake a Game Boy game that was very beloved to me.
Yeah.
I never thought they would do that.
Yeah, I feel like Pokemon Go really turned a lot of people away from Pokemon.
Yeah, so Let's Go Pikachu has that same, you have to like wave the remote and throw the Pokeball at them. So catching Pokemon in the wild isn't about fighting them, you just throw the ball and catch them. But you still duel other people throughout the game. So it's changed some of the way that works, and I'm not sure how much I like that, but I've enjoyed what I've done with it so far. But
well, when it comes to the Switch, to me it feels appropriate. to
Yeah,
be able to do that. You know what I
to
mean?
throw the ball like that.
Because it kind of goes along with that. It's kind of like the Wii in a sense.
Yeah, it has that same motion control uh, that's heavily emphasized. Which streamers inspire you?
Oh gosh, inspire me. Honestly, just because I honestly don't watch any big streamers at all. So
Yeah,
really, I would honestly have to say it's all of like the streamer Nexus family. Honestly, that's probably my honest answer because you all are the ones I watch the most.
that's kind of
So
what I see as well. Go ahead though.
I just feel like you all are the inspiration that I can get. I can learn from you all. I can come in there and have a good time, be welcomed. Um, and it's just another. I guess I don't. What was the word? I got tongue tied. It just feels always like a learning experience in a sense. You know what I mean? Like I can come in there and learn something from the game you're playing because a lot of games that I've never played or are or have taken a break from, and the you all give a lot of good commentary on games and are very welcoming and it's our community, so we already feel at home with each other, and I feel like you guys are the biggest inspiration to me right now.
That's what I like about the community is that right there.
Yeah.
And how much we learn. I've learned something from everyone I've watched in the
Mm-hmm.
community. It's taught me how to be different and how to deal with different situations, and I didn't really expect that to come from everybody, but it really does.
Yeah, it really does.
Um, they're talking about Pokemon. Yeah, like they've kind of made it to where like you have to catch some of the Pokemon to find like the better ones, I guess, instead of like I mean, you can still battle them to level them up, but sometimes it's better to like find a good one in the wild and keep going until you catch the good one. So it makes it a little RNG.
Okay.
So there's a couple of things there I see that make me a little uneasy, but I haven't let it ruin my experience of the game. But yeah, I do wish it was more like the old days where it was more about training the Pokemon and battling it in order to
Yeah.
level it up. They've kept
That-
some of the classics, some of the classic play style to it, but that's very true.
So I wonder. I have a question. Why do you think that so many people turn away from a formula that's worked for them for so many years, and that people are obviously stuck on and love and want more of, but they don't supply that. They go either ride the wave of what's popular right now,
Mm-hmm.
or well, I guess basically that's it. They just try to ride the wave of what's popular.
there's
And
there's your answer. No,
but
go
do
ahead.
you think that there could be more money in delivering what people are asking for instead of going with the wave?
True. I mean, are you seeing something that people are asking for?
Well, it's just like that. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
Pokemon made that big change, and now who knows if we ever see another classic Pokemon,
True.
game like that. Or I talk about it all the time when I play Resident Evil, like the old Resident Evil games. Are they ever going to try that formula again with the fixed camera?
Yeah. And I actually really enjoyed that when I played
Yeah.
the Resident Evil 0 and 1. I
Oh
had a
God, yeah.
really great time with those. And I hated it when I was a kid. Hated it, but the remasters were so well done,
Yeah.
and I just grit my teeth and I was like, I'm going to enjoy this cuz a lot of people enjoy it and I want to enjoy it too, and then I started to enjoy it and I had such a great time with it. And I really struggled with it at first, but it became really fun. And it was one of the biggest streams I had ever done was Resident Evil 1 when they did the remake
Yeah.
on Xbox, and I streamed it direct from my Xbox. This was in the old days. And 90 people came in, and Chrissy Tina was walking
Yeah.
me through the game
Nice.
because I would ask questions or I'd be stuck on something, and and she was there to help just in case, without the backseating, without
right,
fully
right.
giving things away. I could just kind of say like, oh, do I need to go here and get this key to do this thing now? And she'd be like, oh yeah. Or sometimes she'd like withhold a bit and be like, nah, you should figure this out yourself.
See, yeah, yeah.
And it made it such a great stream, and people loved it. And I could have ridden that wave and just kept streaming Resident Evil 1.
Right, yeah.
But I made the dumb decision. But and I just didn't, because I was a variety guy. Even back then, I was like, no, I want to play all the hip. For me, it's always been, I want to play the hippest great game, not riding the wave necessarily, but I like to have the newest game, and I like to have something exclusive, right? And
right, yeah.
So like with Red Dead, it's like, oh, I gotta have that. With Destiny, I gotta have that. I always gotta have the latest content for that game. I always gotta keep up with it, because that's what I want to supply, I guess. So yeah, I guess there are times where it seems like, hey, you could have just done this. Zen was telling me the other day, I could have ridden Guild Wars 2 because he had a massive outpouring from the community, massive people in the streams, 30, 40 people in the stream all the time, all interacting, and it was great. But he was like, I just can't play it all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he's kind of a shooter guy, too.
It would be like if I tried to play Final Fantasy online all the time.
All the time.
You know what I mean? Like, of course, it might bring in a lot of people because it's a popular game. A lot of community there. But, man, I couldn't imagine playing that every single day.
That's what gets to me. People also don't want to work hard, says Mark. They want the shortest path. They don't care if they enjoy it. Like, view botting is so big right now, too. They're lazy, basically. Yeah.
Wait, what? View botting?
Yeah, so that's where you like pay for bots to be in your stream pretending to be people, so that you can get the stats to go partner, But
God.
Twitch will actually, they have the technology, they can actually find that out now.
Good.
Whether the viewers are authentic or
Good.
if it's just you making new accounts.
Yeah, they should be shutting that shit down.
And having like 30 incognito tabs open. So each one's on a different profile watching your stream. Goodness.
So what would they do? I guess maybe pick up the IP on that or something?
I think they would eventually track it all down. They're able to see what's authentic and what's not.
But that's true, Marcus. A lot of people don't want to put in the work.
Yeah, and so it is kind of easy to like ride the wave, and I'm not dissing, but like a lot of people ride the wave of the latest battle royale, which I love Apex right now.
I still haven't even tried it, man.
I know, and like the thing is, a lot of people ride the wave while it's really popular, and then what happens is when it falls a little bit out of favor, or if you find some other game you like, you're out of luck, right? It all falls apart.
I feel like Fortnite is on the edge right now.
Fortnite's in a tricky spot where they're having to adapt to a new competitor that's come in and reinvented the wheel, which is kind of what Fortnite did to PUBG. They came in and said like, hey, we can do this better.
Yeah, they did.
And PUBG was like, holy crap, like we're really behind right now.
Yeah.
And so it made them soup up their game. So I think PUBG has become better than it was. I don't know.
Oh, definitely.
I don't know how I feel about it at the moment, but I think
haven't
they've grown. And that's what I want to see. I want to see competitive stuff. So same with the looter shooters. Destiny is doing really good right now. But now we got Anthem coming in saying, hey, here's something new. Here's how we're going to do it. And then you got Division Part 2 coming out in a week or so.
Yep.
And so, and between that and Warframe that's doing really well as well, I mean, you got a crowded market right now, and anybody can pick any of those games or all of the games and really enjoy them. And so everybody's got to step up a little bit.
Yeah, I see a lot of people going back and forth on what makes a game good or not. And people may hate Fortnite, but you cannot deny their success.
Yeah.
And what they've done with the game. Absolutely. I'm not a big fan of it at all.
No.
And that's mostly because I just can't play it. I'm not good at it.
Yeah.
And the community's not that great.
That's how I feel.
And But the success they've had, man, I'm super happy for
But
them.
it's free, and it's a formula that works. It's a persistent game that they update as they go, and they collect feedback, and they grow from that.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, yeah, we can't deny that yeah, absolutely, what they're doing is great, and they're rolling in the dough because of it as well.
It's just like me, I feel like I'll probably never buy or play Anthem, and that's just me. I'm not going to say it's an awful game.
Yeah.
But and it's just like there's a bunch of people that would never play Bloodborne or Shadow of the Colossus,
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people that would never play those types of games.
Absolutely. Some of it's just not their cup of tea, but
right.
Boy, I really do want to play Shadow of the Colossus now. I really do. And I need to finish Bloodborne. I'm part way on that one as well. Warframe is sweet. I played a bit and enjoyed it, says Assassin. I feel like it's kind of grindy, which I'm not a fan of, though. Yeah, that's definitely a looter shooter type thing.
Oh yeah.
Though. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the grind is what we're there for. Big Whale Kale says, I play what I enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Marcus says, if they care that much about numbers at the start, or their streaming career will not last.
No.
I do this because I love it. I wouldn't stream twice a day and have 2 YouTube channels if I didn't. Yes, absolutely. And let's talk about that, Joey.
Okay.
What is the amount of time, the schedule that you have for your streaming? Give us what the next week or so looks like. What is your schedule? What is a streaming week in Joey's life?
The nightly streams will always be a thing because, like I said, I stream from my job at night. So Monday through Friday, I stream 2 a.m. Eastern. And as long as my wife's not working and I have free time, I usually do day streams Monday through Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
And but right now we have so much work that who knows when I'll get another day stream in. But the night streams are definitely there. So if anybody wants to ever come by, I'd love to have you.
And that's an interesting time slot to have too, because the way I look at it is I'm usually done and then you're on. And so you're the rateable guy for that whole time slot there. And you're the guy to watch too, all through that time slot.
There's been a lot of people catch on though, and I think a lot of people started streaming late.
Yeah. They're like, wait a minute, this is a window I can use.
But it does bring in it brings in a bunch more people, mostly overseas, mostly in different countries because that's daytime for them. So, yeah, I have a bunch of people from Germany and the UK.
I like that. That brings in a very unique audience.
Mm-hmm.
And it lets you meet the Americans that are up late and then people around the world. And
I've noticed, if anything, you're going to get more adults instead of children, which is what I'm looking for. I don't want a bunch of kids watching my stream. It's probably not good for them.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel the same way. I'm always like, this is not kid appropriate.
Yeah.
And even when it is, I don't want people's kids watching.
Yeah, there you go, Marcus. Just don't sleep.
Yeah, don't sleep. There you go.
He doesn't sleep. Marcus, you sleep. He sleeps like 2 hours.
I need to for school, right? Yeah. Big Whale Kale. Wow, that's an interesting way you did this shout.
Yeah, I love
that's
that.
A really long link. HTTPS twitch.tv www. Wow, dude. Got it. When it comes to the East Coast, creeps will crawl out from underneath a rock to come to Joey's stream. Example, moi. Oh, man.
I will say that one thing I've noticed, though, is that if you go from streaming straight from the system to using a capture card, you will lose a lot of viewers. I've noticed that.
Why is that?
Because if you stream from the PlayStation, you are streaming on Twitch and on the PS Network.
Very true.
So whenever you're streaming through your capture card, you don't show up on the PS Network.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing I've noticed.
I do remember that because when I streamed on Xbox, the advantage
Mm-hmm.
that they gave you there, which I think PlayStation has it too, is when you're browsing the store and you're looking at a game, you scroll down far enough, you see people
Yeah.
broadcasting the game. And
Yeah.
that blew the door open for me sometimes as a small streamer
Mm-hmm.
streaming straight from the console. I'd be playing a brand new game that just showed up in the store, and it may be a shitty game, but it was another game that was really big, and it was called Adam's Venture Origins. And it was
I've
like
never
a
heard of it.
dumb puzzle solving Indiana Jones knockoff kind of game, like horrible. But I played through it in 9 hours, and people
Damn.
kept coming in asking about it, and I just gave them my honest opinion. I didn't tell them it was a smoking turd, but I just said like, well, here's what the game is. I'm just gonna lay it out for you. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
say whether that's good or bad, but this is just what I'm doing. And if you want to hang around and watch and see for yourself, and I ended up having 90 to 100 people that
Damn.
day, which was
Nice.
big for someone that was just screwing around on the console, not
Right.
really taking it very seriously.
Yeah.
So that is a big advantage that you lose, both for PlayStation, Xbox, streaming direct from the console. Definitely something to think about. Is the game that you're streaming featured in the store? That can sometimes lure in people.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And I think it was literally right after I finished up Bloodborne. That's when I got my capture card.
Uh-huh.
And I think that's when I started realizing that if you're not streaming from the actual system, you're losing a lot of viewers.
Yeah.
But that's that's the thing you want to weigh there. Do you want a better looking stream or more viewers?
Better. I really want the better looking stream.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That professionalism
Mm-hmm.
really lays it
People
out.
pay attention to that more.
Yes, I think so. And they're more likely to hang around the long term.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And fall in love with your personality and with the look of your stream and everything, and be a welcome part of the community more so in that way. Absolutely. Sim says, what is sleep? None of us know that. Nobody. Oof.
What do you speak of?
Very true. Yeah. And that's the thing. I think a lot of us don't seem to really be too concerned about the numbers.
Yeah, if I'm ever talking about the numbers, it's just going based off of an observation, something that I've noticed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And sometimes I like to throw it out there, and people are like, "It's not about the numbers, Joey." I know it's not.
Well, it's always important to look at and know how well is the game I'm playing right now. Looking at stats.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not about saying don't look at your stats. It's just don't craft who you are and what you're doing around all of it.
Right.
I mean, you can make informed decisions and say, oh, okay, well, I'm going to stream these type of games because they do better. You can do that if you want. You can do whatever you want, right? But, just be who you are and make informed decisions. And
you'll attract the right people to you.
Exactly. Do what you enjoy. Here to make friends and play games. That's what I've noticed from a lot of people. And Joey was talking about this at the beginning of the show, is how he started streaming on Twitch. It was more about him searching for community, people that like games. Assassin looks for personality in Twitch streams. I can remember when I first really got into Twitch and how I followed everyone I follow for the most part. There you go. Now, guys, if you don't already follow Joey Cruse, when is the next stream going down?
The next stream will be going down Monday night.
Monday night.
It'll technically be a Tuesday night, Tuesday morning, 2 a.m.
Yeah.
But Monday, get ready for it, because I'll be continuing with The Last of Us on Monday night at 2 a.m. Eastern.
2 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, man, and I don't even I don't have the right words to ever, explain how thankful I am for the Streamer Nexus family and Twitch and the opportunity it's given me, and how nice you guys have been to me and how welcoming you are. I really appreciate you guys.
Absolutely, and I appreciate you a lot as well.
Thank you.
And we're always there for you, anything you need. Day streams are too early, night streams are too late. Just one of these nights you just got to turn on the phone while you're in bed trying to sleep or something.
Yeah, most people just end up passing out on my streams. You know, they come to pass out. Yeah. And that's fine.
Yeah. It's not because he's boring, all right? He's just in charge of putting people to sleep.
Yeah, I'm the Sandman.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, man, that's great. Well, let's talk a little bit about your community and what they've done for you, right? You've been able to raise funds for a lot of different things as far as building your stream and getting different consoles and stuff. Talk a little bit about that for us.
If it wasn't for the community and everybody so supportive of the stream, I mean, the community has paid for my PS4 and has paid for this Blue Yeti I'm using right now and these headphones. I mean, if it wasn't for the community and the people, it's the followers are the reason that my channel is where it is. You know, I think anybody can be a host and a good host and bring people in, but you know, you always definitely have to give it up for the people that put you where you are, and that's the community. And they continue to support and just the loyalty is insane. I mean, I've literally had people come in and say like, you know, I can't go to sleep unless Joey's stream is playing in the background, or it's not, you know, and that's kind of weird to me because I never thought I would ever have anybody ever say that about anything I ever made or did. So for me to be able to give that to somebody else is amazing. And I'm very thankful that I can be here to do that.
Absolutely. And I think that's important. I think you've been put on a path to do this because, I mean, obviously, if you were doing it wrong, nobody would be supporting you with all these things to help you. You know, you said like, hey, I really want a PS4. I really want to play these games. I really want to stream these games.
Yeah.
And put the donation bar up there, and it just filled up. And it filled right up over time, and everybody put in their piece. And same with the mic and the headphones, right?
Mm-hmm. And that's another thing is I've did my part as well, because I definitely did not want to come off at all as one of those people that got the PS4 and was like, I got it, guys, you know, but I don't know when I'll use it.
yeah, right. Yeah, you definitely had to live up to the promise, right?
Yeah.
And be like, okay, what are we gonna stream? Yeah.
And so far that's been what I've been playing on mostly ever since I got it.
Mm-hmm. And so now you're raising for the Switch right now, right?
Oh my God, the Switch is gonna be crazy.
It's almost there, isn't it?
It's gonna be crazy.
That's so awesome. That's going to be a lot of fun. And I know it's going to be great for what you stream and the type of games you like to play. That's going to be another part of the stream that's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, and it brings in a whole nother crowd of people.
Oh, absolutely.
So we're just going to keep building on this thing.
Absolutely. So part of being a good person is just you kind of get good coming back to you. And that's what I saw through that was like... was the people that were donating were just like, they were trying to make you cry at the same time, but they're also like, you're just such a good guy. I just want to give you a good thing in life for you to have and for you to enjoy and for me to get to watch you enjoy. That's the gift right there.
And it's that part right there that made me say early in the beginning that Twitch is somewhat of like a miracle.
Yeah.
Because I've never seen this type of support to where people will just throw money at certain people.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it to be
it doesn't
sound
make
bad.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy that people would throw their time and money at other people because they like them so much in what they do.
Yeah.
And for people to give me that kind of attention is it's amazing.
You don't throw money at the pizza guy, no matter how nice he is. You know, like here's $300. Get yourself a Nintendo.
Yeah.
It's the scam that keeps on giving, says Black.
God.
Oh my God! I was waiting for the one-liner, and there it was. There it was.
Oh my gosh!
Talk a little bit
Perfect.
about your mods and people like Black.
Like I said,
Hmm.
I have very loyal trolls in my stream. KB and the one black guy are definitely two of those people. And KB has, I will say that KB's been there ever since my very first stream with Luigi's Mansion.
Wow.
So KB has been here since the very beginning of my streaming.
And he's there every night, no matter.
The only times he doesn't show up is when he's literally had sleep and he's passed out.
Yeah.
And that only happens maybe twice a month, maybe if that.
Mm-hmm.
So KB has always been there. He does a really great job with being a mod. He's got it all down to what he needs to do, and he's always been super loyal and supportive of me and the channel.
And he keeps everybody talking too in the chat.
Oh yeah,
he's a facilitator, right? For
though
conversation.
it may be a bit lewd, you know.
Sometimes I always look. I'm like, Joey's playing like something kind and innocent, and KB's down there like talking about something. It's like, whoa, man. Wait till Joey reads this.
Yeah.
Wait till Dad sees what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's how it feels. It really does.
Man.
It feels like a bunch of we're called the bearded babies for a reason, I guess.
I like that. That's a good name for the community.
It is. I feel like the beard is kind of like the whole thing around this.
That's your brand right there. It all ties in, right?
It does, and this thing just keeps growing, so it's going to get crazier.
So talk a little bit about the merch store a little bit. Tell me about that and how that started.
Well, I started using, at first, when I first started streaming, I used just regular OBS.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kept hearing really bad things about Streamlabs OBS. I guess because it was still working out bugs and stuff.
Yeah.
But one day I was like, you know what? The thought and it's such a good idea. Streamlabs OBS. I thought it's just such a good idea what they're doing there.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to try this out. And I guess I just must have got in there at the perfect time because I've not really had any problems out of Streamlabs OBS ever since. And then one day, I found out you can run your merch store through Streamlabs.
Yeah.
So I thought, why not? Just go ahead and set it up through there. And understand that, and it's probably just from where I live. I'm not sure because I live in a very poor state. Kentucky is a very poor state compared to others. Sure. And the pricing that comes with the merch sometimes on some of these websites can be a little bit pricey.
Oh yeah.
But so far I've had a couple people buy some stuff, which I never would have thought that I would ever be selling merch. So the fact that anything came out of that at all is a success.
Absolutely.
And I feel like now that it's happened, it's going to keep happening, but it's just going to take some time to build. And sometimes it's hard to, or not hard to, but sometimes people completely slip right past that you have a merch store.
Yeah.
And so I think that's where the Nightbot comes in handy a lot, or any kind of bot you have doing automated posts on your chat.
Because it can do it without you sounding too pandery.
Right. Yeah, exactly. If anything,
hey guys, check out my merch store. I'm famous and you're not. Buy my stuff. Wow.
Oh, man. Every YouTuber.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
And I didn't want to be that guy. So I feel like Nightbot really takes all that pressure off of me. It's like, here, everybody, yell at this thing.
Yeah, exactly. Be mad at the bot. It's informative. Take it or leave it.
It doesn't have feelings. Just yell at it. Abuse it.
Exactly.
But the merch is a lot of fun, and it's more of like the whole branding thing I was talking about. You put yourself out there as a brand, so you want to do that all across the board. Even if you don't sell merch for a year or 2 years, having it up is still putting it in motion that you are taking it serious.
Very true. When I see stuff like that, that's how I know that someone's thought it through, right? When they've got active social media and merch stores and just proper branding and channel information throughout. You know, if I don't see a
Right.
profile at all below, I'm like, oh, this might be just someone that's in it for fun, or maybe they don't want to say anything about themselves. That sets that's kind of your business card. Is that, and the emotes are also a business card as well, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
That represents who you are in your community.
It's all part of your brand and showing people how serious you are about it.
Absolutely.
Because people pay attention.
Yeah. Did you see
people
that?
Pay attention. Yeah,
Oh my
it's your boy.
I am Joey merch. Goodness. You're not pushing your merch, you're just informing people it's available. Yeah, that's
right. Yeah,
I think that's the nice way to approach it. KB said something up there too. Dude,
yeah.
I love you, man. In all seriousness, since day one, I like the content you were giving us, so I knew you were going to get somewhere, man. And I'll be right there with you to help it grow as much as I can do.
Thank you, KB. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you.
That's so nice, KB. I love that. That's amazing.
He said he's my hidden love.
Oh, Big Whale Kale wants to know if you have ideas for new emotes.
I have ideas. It's just I have to pay somebody to make them because I don't know anybody that's going to do it for free.
Oh yeah.
I got extremely lucky and fortunate to have Q work on some of the stuff he did for me. And so I'm very thankful for that and still use that as much as possible.
Absolutely.
But now I need to find some people that I can pay on a decent price to make me some new emotes. So if anybody has anybody out there, you hit me up.
Absolutely.
Because if if there's any way that I could also help, connect somebody with other people, I love doing that as well. And that's the thing about it is, even if there's somebody in the community that I don't know about that does stuff like that, hey, I would love to help put that out there.
Absolutely. I think Blake Ferrum has been drawing a lot. We might get in touch with her, honestly.
Yeah. Blake is I was a stream, I think it was yesterday, maybe. I think was doing was it Pokemon?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. Well, guys, if you don't have any final questions, we'll get here into the final stuff, wrapping everything up. If you haven't followed I Am Joey Cruse, it's the link is right there. Click it again, and get that follow going so you can catch him on his next stream. Absolutely. I'm not great, but I enjoy making emotes. I can probably make a few for you for free. You could try that with Big Well Kale.
Hey,
who is also our newest member in the community. We've welcomed him in, and he has a beard, so all the prerequisites are met.
If anything, Big Well Cal, I'll be happy to take them. And here's the thing: is I could eventually have so many built up, and they just recently put it where you could add more, right?
Yeah. So you're going to be able to have up to 7 eventually. They're going to, based on sub points, so how many subs you've had, you get sub points, and yeah, you'll get 5 in tier 1, 6 in tier 2, 7 for the tier 3 guys. So there's exclusive emotes for the higher ups, but yeah, you do have to get quite a bit of subs, but that won't be hard once you have all these great emotes and you have time to build up a community.
Hey, emotes makes a big difference. People will pay for those emotes.
They really do. I mean, I thought it was dumb, but I've started doing it. I'm like, oh, I have to pay this channel to get their emotes.
I need it.
I need it. I can't express myself without them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. We'll definitely hit up Big Well Kel as well. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Get in touch. I just want to make a few to have. Absolutely. And Discord lets you have up to 50.
Oh, yeah.
So you could rotate a lot of stuff into Discord. A lot of emotes that I don't use anymore on Twitch, I put those in Discord. That way they can still be relevant and still be remembered as a part of the community. Even if I don't unlock them on Twitch, I can use them in Discord. Right, exactly. I'll hit Kale. I'll hit him up. Yes, do that. Mark wants to hit Kale really bad.
There we go. See, we got Big Will Kale. We're going. It's moving. It's in motion.
And he showed me some of the stuff he's done. He's done really good emotes. Yeah, and he's showing them off down there. He's done some good emotes. He's done really cool stuff, and he's learning. So I like that.
Hell yeah!
And that's the
awesome.
thing with Blake Farron, right? She hadn't been drawing very much, and she said, "Hey, I need practice," and she'll draw stuff on stream.
Yeah, I think that's awesome.
And so she's made emotes. She's made drawings at people's requests and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that might be a good option. Figure out what you like and what you want. Emotes are not easy. Yeah, very true, Mark. Very true. It is harder than it looks. You just think it's like, oh, just make an image and then shrink it down. No big deal. Yeah, exactly. You even streamed it so you can get feedback from your subs. That's a good idea, too.
There you go.
I like that. The personal feedback from your community.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. 20 by 28, no joke.
Yeah, that's really small.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, man. Absolutely. There you go. That's what you guys gotta do. You gotta network and make friends.
See, isn't that awesome?
What Twitter and Discord, all that stuff is for for all you guys to link up. 28 by 28 is unholy. I love it. The 18 by 18 sub badges, those are terrible.
Oh,
I really wish they'd give us a little more than that, a little more leeway to build, because it's hard. It's hard to get detail in there as well. It's very true. All right, so if there's not any last questions, we'll get to wrapping it up. But thank you guys for coming by. Thank you for participating.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Joey Cruz, for being our guest this week. We're going to try to get things in full swing. So another thing we'll talk about is gaming within the community. We'll be talking more about that.
Nice.
Let's lay out what some of the options could be. Let's start getting suggestions of games, kind of list out games that you might have and that maybe other people would be interested in playing. And we'll try what Joey said, right? Like, put your ego aside and just play a game. Like, maybe you don't like Overwatch, maybe you don't like League of Legends, but you might like it if you're playing it with Joey Cruz and the rest of the gang, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever
if it's
it may
the whole
be.
Community coming in, and if people honestly want to be a part of the community, I'm not putting this out there like test your community.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, if you care about being in this community, I think we should come together as a community.
I think so. And those little collaborations are really fun. The very few times that I've gotten to stream with different people, and I kind of have a regular small group of El Taco and Joe and Jassy that we all play together pretty regularly. It's nice to extend that circle to the larger part of the community as well.
Yeah, it's nice. And like I said earlier, it's another way for everybody to promote each other.
Exactly. Because once you've met them and you've played with them, you really get a feel for who they are.
Yeah.
And you'll know how to hype them up on your stream a little bit when you're rating them or hosting them, or just if you're trying to give them the shout out and just say, well, here's what I know about them and what they stream and blah blah blah. You can go on and on about someone when you know them like that. Whereas if you don't, you're just like, well, they usually play this, but they're kind of nice. But like, I don't know.
And that's why most of the time I try to raid most of the time people from this Streamer Nexus family, because if we can keep that hype within our community, it just benefits everybody.
That close-knit bond is what I love so much about the community. And I love seeing people in the same group of people in different streams throughout the community.
Oh yeah.
When you bump into someone, it's just like you're seeing an old friend hanging out somewhere.
Exactly. Like anytime that I pop into your stream, it's always a bunch of everybody just like, hey.
Everybody's there and they're like, hey, it's Joey. Joey's here. And everybody gets excited. Like, it's so cool.
It's like that for everybody, and that's what I love. Is that everybody gets the same hype. You know what I mean?
Very true. Big Well Kel did it pixel by pixel, he says. Mark says, you realize how fussy I am. It took me 6 months to sell on an overlay. He changes it like every week, Mark. He's got like a different color, and he's like, "I've settled in on this one, Aaron." I'm like, "No, you haven't. No, you haven't.
No, you haven't."
But
he said, "If we hugged, how long would it be?" Marcus, if we hugged, we might infuse, and when I don't know what we would come, but it might end the world.
Oh, I like that. Absolutely. This podcast is making me so emotional. Group hug, everyone. Don't worry, I'm wearing a chastity belt. Wait, what? Okay, B. Oh, that's great, dude. One day we will all work on a farm together. Hashtag community. Oh my god. Black is really hyping that one up. He's ready for that.
Yeah, man.
Farm time. Confusing time. The world couldn't handle it. Absolutely. Oh man. I eat enough. I need a farm. Very true, Mark. Well, guys, I hate to put this to an end because we've had such a great time and we've gone way over time, but it was so great. I try to keep it condensed like an hour or something.
I'm sorry, man.
But we had so many great things that we discussed and so many things we talked about, and we got through most of the interview, and I love all the extra discussion that happens afterwards. That's always my favorite part because you never know what's going to happen at the end there.
Right.
So yeah, definitely do check out the VOD as well. Yeah, I'll have that posted as quick as I can, and I'll have this posted up. So yeah, let me give out the Streamer Nexus stuff.
Yeah.
I think Twitch is one of, well, you know the Twitch, you're here. But the YouTube, okay, well maybe not. Maybe I don't have anything working right now. Oh, there it is. Wow, that's okay. And our Twitter is right there. Here's our YouTube. I'll paste that in the chat. I've got that there as well. So you can check out the VODs there. We've interviewed, this is episode number 10. So we've interviewed 9 other streamers. And it was going about once a week before this. And so next week we'll see who we can, what's the Twitch link again? It's right up there, twitch.tv/streamer_nexus. If you don't already follow us on Twitter, you can do that as well. I need that Twitch link so I can see the channel. Oh my god, Mark. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Sweet
great.
mother of God. There it is. All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a great night. Let's see who we can raid right now, because we actually have a pretty good group. So let's see if someone in the community is perhaps streaming at the moment. Got a couple of people here. All right, we've got a good set here. We've got Walrus playing Apex Legends, Simiro playing Far Cry 4, Uriah on The Division 2, Crazy Red Boy, and William the Great are both on Apex Legends. What do we think, guys?
Damn, there's a lot of people streaming right now.
There's a lot.
Let's see. Let's say, what do you say? Let's hit Crazy. He's so hyped.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's do that. Nexus Raid. I like that. Let's do. You guys want to do? Can you make that for me, Big Whale Kill? Can you copy and paste that a few times? The Nexus Raid. Let's see if we can make that into a command, more or less. I'll see if I can do that later. Yeah, something like that. I like that.
Nice.
Everybody copy and paste that, and we'll use that, and we'll raid our good friend Crazy Red Boy. Definitely check out his stream. Give the guy a follow. Guys, thank you guys for watching. Joey Cruz, take us out.
Guys, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Love your face. Stay safe, stay positive, and have a good day.
Bye.